Buenos nachos, and welcome to another edition of Majorly Minor. Today we're going to talk about the CFL playoffs, the APDFL playoffs, and of course the home opener for the Oklahoma Thunder. Let's dive right into the CFL playoffs. This past week we saw the Arkansas Extra face off against the Oklahoma Desperados in Catoosa. Well, I'll tell you what, this game I did not predict it to be really too much of a contest, and it really wasn't. Let's show the highlights. So we saw number 1 Daniel Knighton connect with a long pass. Oh my goodness, you can't get any more open than this. Long touchdown, easy pickings right there. And there's more to follow. Knighton throws right in the middle, and then El Smacko times 2, times 3. Oh my goodness, his mama's gonna feel that one in the morning. Gets right back up, shakes it off, no problem with it at all. Knighton for a nice little flare out pass. Wheel route goes to left to the right, squeaks past to the 40-yard line. Nice little play right there. Up the middle again. We saw this all night long. Fortunately enough, though, the Extra did have a good enough defense to keep them down, from at least scoring 40, 50 points. It was actually a pretty decent game from what I'm told. So with that, our final score in this one was the Desperados 21, the Extra 6. The Extra actually came a little bit prepared. I was very surprised at this one. So honestly, hey, I give it up to the Extra for showing up and playing their hearts out. Good luck to those guys next year. Next, we saw the Oklahoma Elite face off against the Joplin Crusaders. Unfortunately, I don't have any clips for that one, but this one was a close game again. Again, it was a close game. By a score of 18-15, the Joplin Crusaders actually didn't have too much control of this game until late into the game itself. Went back and forth, sluggo fest of the fourth quarter, and then your victor, the Joplin Crusaders, with that little bit of experience just to get them by, is what I was telling you last week. Last game that we saw, of course, was the Arkansas Grizzlies against the Arkansas Battle. And getting right into the clips, we're going to see a little bit what happened last week. First up, we saw quarterback McDonald connects with wide receiver Stewart for a long pass. Beautiful pass, nice arc right into it, touchdown, 7-0. Right back of the Grizzlies, quarterback Elliott scrambles, gets flushed out of the pocket, lobs one up. Oh, and it's snatched right in the end zone. Late in the fourth quarter, with $5 left, in the first quarter, $5 left in the first, another connection right there between McDonald to Harris for 52 yards. Late in the game, 2-minute warning, Pruitt connects, 49 yards. Look at this one. Squeak, squeak, pushes on through, touchdown, Grizzlies. And your final score in this one, the Battle come away victors 40-30. And I'll tell you what, that was another great matchup right there. I thought that the Battle were just going to blow them away, but the Grizzlies, man, they came to play. They thought they were going to advance on to the next level of playoffs, but unfortunately for them, they just couldn't have enough defense. Defense wins championships, as we all seen. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a little bit of the bracket. And here it is. Of course, you see the breakdown from where we began to where we are now. So we're going to see the next game. This one's going to be a fun one, an early game. So let's get right into it. The number 4 Joplin Crusaders advance on by the squeaker last week and are going to face off against the Oklahoma Desperados. This, of course, is going to take place in Catoosa at McNabb Field, right across the street from the casino. Just throwing that out there. Could come in handy for later down the road, maybe next week. We'll see. So this is going to be an 11 a.m. kickoff. We're going by college hours now. Good fun times early on. So my prediction, this is going to be a little bit of a game. I think so. I think it's going to be a good game. We're going to see some good experience on both sides, some good veteran experience on both sides, not only with players but also coaches. My prediction, though, is that the Desperados come away victors in the second half by a score of 28-14. Next up, in our next round, of course, and not our next round, but our second game in this round, we're going to see the number 3 Arkansas Battle face off against the number 2 Enid Enforcers. This game is going to be played at D. Bruce Selby Stadium in Enid. Now, it's hard to win in Enid, and I'm not just talking referees. Everybody's got their opinion on that one. but it's really hard to win in Enid because these guys really get their act together and they play cohesive football. This game is going to start at 7 o'clock. Now, my prediction in this one, I think this is going to be my upset pick of the week. I think the Battle are going to come away with this one on a squeaker by a score of 21-17. Now, I know it's really hard to win in Enid, but I've seen the Battle play, I've seen the Enforcers play, and I think that the Battle have got just that little bit extra carries them on. I could be wrong. You'll have to prove me wrong in this one. Now, here's a little reminder. Coming up next week in the CFL Championship, yours truly is going to be the PA announcer and MC and everything else. We're going to have a great fun time. This is going to be the very first alumni football game, or excuse me, alumni day in the CFL Championship game, if you will, if you are a former semi-pro player. I don't care if you're a man or woman, please come on out. Bring your jerseys. Wear your jerseys from the last team or the first team that you played. Heck, I played in a couple. You might have played in 3 or 4 or just one. Wear your jerseys to the game. Represent the team that you, well, played for or best played for or who you claim. Doesn't matter. Come on out. It's going to be a great time. Now, of course, the location. It could be in Enid. It could be in Catoosa. We'll have to see. It could even be in Springdale, Arkansas. We're just going to have to see after tomorrow's scores, and we'll announce it, of course. So make sure you bring your butt to that game. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be an after party also. Location to be disclosed. It will be right close to the stadiums, of course. So we'll get that in preparations and plans. Now, when we come right back, we're going to talk about the APDFL playoffs and, of course, the opening home opener for the Oklahoma Thunder right after this. Welcome back. Now we're going to talk about the APDFL playoff scenarios for the Oklahoma City Bounty Hunters. Now, this week, the number 6 Mississippi Sting is going to be playing, again, the Oklahoma City Bounty Hunters. This game is going to be played at Alcott Field in Norman. Kickoff for that one. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, go out and watch it. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be at 6 o'clock is going to be the kickoff. Now, my prediction, I think this game is going to be a little bit closer than what the Bounty Hunters are used to. But, again, there's nobody out there that stopped the Bounty Hunters all season. I don't see it happening. And besides, I mean, these guys, I believe, there's just no, I'm just going to put it out there. Here we go. Bounty Hunters 35, Mississippi Sting 14. End of game, they're going to advance on to the next round of playoffs. Now, getting into our last segment, the GDFL Week 2. This is going to be the home opener for the Oklahoma Thunder. Now, the Midwest Titans are going to be facing off against the Oklahoma Thunder. This year, the Thunder are playing in the Holland Hall Stadium. Now, it's a little bit closer in. It's a lot better than Bixby if you're in Tulsa. So make sure you make your way to Holland Hall this year in Tulsa. Of course, there's going to be a battle of the bands also. This is always fun and exciting when you have 2 high school bands competing, going at it. The Battle of Bands, McLean versus Central High School at halftime. Now, my prediction in this one, the Thunder have got a little bit of dust to knock off from last year. They got some new faces to get correlated and gel. So my prediction in this one, the Oklahoma Thunder walk away victors, of course, at home by a score of 28-14 conservatively. Now, join us next week and make sure you keep up with the post because we're going to be posting up the locations, times, and everything that's going to be going on to the CFL Championship game next week. And of course, we'll keep you up to date about what's going on with the Bounty Hunters and what's going on with the Thunder. Stay with us on our Facebook page and our website. So until then, folks, I'm Chris Dotson reminding you to go watch some football.